Because we're looking for something in a particular way, in a particular fashion, the way we done conjured up in our head, and we'll walk right past what he has for us. We got to watch that. Read verse 13. Read verse 13 for me.
Therefore they gathered them together and filled 12 baskets with the fragments of the fine barley loaves, which remained over and above unto them that had eaten.
Watch. It's 13, right? Watch this. Watch this. Now, I got to believe that this boy, this little boy with the 5 loaves, 2 fish, in volume took home more than he came there with. Now, it didn't look as pretty as when he brought it. Oh God, y'all hear me. It didn't look as pretty. Nice little grilled fish. His mama gave him 2 of them, probably wrapped them in a little aluminum foil and gave him some bread and made had. I know people get upset when preachers do this with scriptures. That ain't in the Bible. Just let me use my sanctified imagination. She made him some homemade tartar sauce and put a little something in there for him. And when he's coming home, he's bringing a basket of broken bread and broken fishes. But he came there with a plate, but he left with a basket. Yes, sir. 12 baskets of leftovers. I know he took something home. But it didn't look like what it looked like when he left home. We don't want to miss God, because what comes back to us looks like fragments and broken pieces. And we'll miss it in a minute. Because fragments are little, they're broken pieces, they're specks. They're chips, they're splinters, they're shavings, they're scraps, they're morsels, they're shivers, they're shards, uneven shapes and sizes, hard to fit together, can look like trash, can even have sharp, dangerous edges, and can also appear of little value to those that are on the outside. But to those that are stewards over the fragments, these fragments have value and are a blessing. Fragmented food make meals. Fragmented glass makes stained glass windows. I was a boy, 7th grade, 8th grade, one of them, and you can still see it now at Bellport Middle School, right down there on Station Road. The art teacher, every year, a class would make a stained glass window over the regular glass window there. And they would literally, she would walk in with a box that sounded like trash. And she would carefully pour it out on a table with paper on it. And she said, I want to pour it out carefully. She said, because I don't want to do any damage to the pieces. They're already damaged. They're broken. But they had value because she knew what the finished product. See, you got to understand, some things that we see, they don't look like the way we think they ought to look, but we got to look at it through the eyes of God and see the finished product. Yeah. Took the pieces of glass and sorted them. See, oh gosh. You got to use wisdom with fragments. You can't just throw them all in a pile together. I don't even got this. I don't have this on any notes. The art teacher, I can remember, we took them and we sorted them by color. And then once we got them sorted by color, we divided them even further by size. And then when we got ready to do the window, in between the different pieces of glass, it's a black kind of like rubber that you run in between them and you glue them to there. Well, by the time she did that, and watch this, we can see the framework. Hadn't put no glass up, Chelsea. When we looked at the framework, and then we looked back at the fragmented pieces, sorted by shape, size, and color, I saw how valuable the pieces were. Sometimes you got to separate the junk in order to see the value in it. We would have just said, why not just throw this away, get a big piece of glass, hit it with a hammer, and we can use those pieces there. No. Because see, fragmented pieces, they are more value, and anything of more value requires more work.
Wow, that's good.
good, sir.
I don't have no notes on this. And I thought about the stained glass window, but I don't have no notes on it. And so we would have to take a piece, depending on the color, and we would put it in a certain place. And be like, no, that one didn't fit there. And then we have to take it back. And certain pieces she would say, okay, she said, bring it over to me. And she had a way of cutting it just in case she needed to. But that was really a last ditch effort. She really wanted us to find a piece in the pieces. She really wanted us to work to find a piece in the pieces. Some of the most fun I ever had at school. And just going through and sorting the pieces. And because see, when you're looking at pieces like that, and when you're looking at fragments like that, I'm looking at this fragment here, I'm saying like, well, that won't work there. Somebody looking at this one here, they say, well, this will work. I'm like, that one don't work. But they say, yeah, Granny, hand me that one right there, because it will work. Because see, they seeing something that I don't see. This is why God calls us into community and the fellowship. Because you may not see nothing in that child, but somebody else may see something in that child and say, I see what God's doing in the child. Let me put my hand on it. Let me take the fragmented pieces and make a whole. And make a beautiful collage. Oh yeah. I'm almost done. Fragmented money adds up to more money. My wife thinks she's slick. She got a little change thing in her drawer, and be sitting up there, be trying to hide it from me. And she got some of the money she got in corn in rolls, and the others is change in there. But then down in there, she got some dollars. She got some greenbacks. The problem is somebody coming in would say it looked like there's a bunch of pennies in there. That's because you don't know what you're looking at. You don't have the wisdom to see it. So you may say, right now, my money fragmented, but God will make it a whole if you let him use you, if you let him work with you. And fragmented blessings make great blessings because God puts his hand on it and on us. This is what happened when we give. I didn't read the scripture, but Jesus one day was at the temple, and it said Jesus sat and watched the people give their offering. He was just sitting there with the disciples watching them get his offering. You got to read the text. And the rich men came, and the priests and the Levites, and they gave. But then there was a widow woman came up. She gave a couple of pennies. Jesus jumped up. Boy, he said, did you see what she gave? Thomas, did you see what she gave? yeah, Jesus, we saw the penny. Matthew, did you see what she gave? Matthew was a money man. He was tax collector. Yeah, we saw that little stuff. And they wondering why Jesus excited over a woman giving change when they used to deal with dollars. He said, but because when she gave it, she honored me. When she gave it, she was looking to bless others. And now because she gave it, I'm going to bless her. It excites God when we give the right way. Fragments come together to add you and me together with God, and God blesses us. When we give, we bless ourselves. And God is clear in his word that when we give to his work, we will experience a blessing. Go to Malachi. Do you think that this boy wasn't blessed when he saw Jesus turn his lunch into a buffet?
Talk about it, sir. That's beautiful.
Jesus took it, broke it, break it, gave it to the disciples. My disciples walking away with this plate of, let's say, 2 fish, 6 pieces of fish, about 12 pieces of bread. Walk around, and goes over here, and give the brother some. Go here and give the brother some. Go over here and give the brother some. And yet there's still some in the plate. I'd have been, I want to see this. Because I know what I came here with.
Yes, sir. Yes,
I know what I came here with. What you think? What you think? That's why I tell kids, and I tell my boys, you got to read your Bible.
yeah.
Because what kind of testimony did that boy have on the playground Monday when he went back to school?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Woo! What kind of play? He was playing, Johnny, I know you're playing mamas, but Johnny, let me tell you what I saw last week. Oh, that didn't happen. Yes, it did. As a matter of fact, it happened so much, I brought you some fish to try. Because you ain't never had no fish like this, Johnny. I don't know what he did to it after my mama did it, but I don't know what he did to it. But Johnny, let me tell you something. I saw, Johnny, this same fish I left home with, even after he fed all them people with it. I don't understand it, Johnny. This boy was blessed to see God turn a lunch into a buffet. And this is the kind of God that we serve. Oh, songwriter said, little becomes much when you place it in the master's hand. Read Malachi 3:10 for me. Getting ready to go home.
Bring ye all the tithes into the storehouse, that there may be meat in mine house. And prove me now herewith, saith the Lord of hosts, if I will not open you the windows of heaven and pour you out a blessing, that there shall not be room enough to receive it.
Watch this. Watch this. No. If you've been in the church any little while, you know this. He says, bring all the tithes into the stores, that they may meet in my house. Meaning that the house of God will have resources in order to be a blessing to the people. People that are in need, and for the priests and for the Levites and all this. He says, if I will not open you the windows of heaven and pour you out a blessing, singular blessing, that's right, that is so big it has to come out multiple windows. Windows with an S. Yes. Right. Blessing. Windows, multiple windows. Blessings, singular. That you won't have room enough to receive it. Watch this. And we know this one. And I will rebuke the devourers for your sake. When you give, you can turn around to God and say, God, you said you will rebuke the devourers for my sake. Now, God, I need this taken care of. I heard Elder James Hayes this morning. He says, God don't mind you arguing with him a little bit when you're using his word to push back with it. That's good. I ain't never heard it like that before. Before he was talking about Jacob wrestling with the angel, and the angel said, "Let me go. I got to go." He said, "I ain't letting you go." He didn't say, "Well, no, I'm not going to let you go too bad." No, I ain't letting you go until you bless me. God, you said you rebuke the devourer for my sake, and not destroy the fruit of your ground, my increase. Neither shall your field cast her fruit before the time, meaning my blessings will be timely.
That's good. Thank you.
Some of y'all wait till I'm just waiting. I want the Lord to do this. It ain't time yet. Going out there and pluck you an orange off the orange tree that ain't ripe. Don't even taste like an orange because it's not the time. No. Then he says, and all nations, let's say, nations, you the people, shall call you blessed, and you will be a delightsome land, saith the Lord of hosts. All nations will call you blessed, and you should be a delightsome land. You will be a delightsome land. Maybe the reason you're so angry, melancholy, bad mood, grouchy, grumpy, Oscar from Sesame Street is because you don't give.
Yes, sir. Oscar.
You grouchy because you don't give. Because when you give God, you open up yourself to receive from the Lord. You put his law, his divine law in motion. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Write this down. When you give according to God's plan, patterns, and principle, you put his law of reciprocity in action that even God can't stop. because he got to honor it. He can't stop it if he wanted to, because then he would be a liar.
That's right.
Do you think this boy ever doubted God's ability to bless him again? I'm not just talking about with fish and loaves, with anything. Do you think he ever tolerated somebody saying,